warrior. This is the first warrior we've played against. He's probably not aggro pirate warrior, so I don't think I need the armor vendor. Let's find the good Highlander cards, because we are a Highlander deck. Ooh, and we have an ooze. And that can really shake up an anchor. We have ooze and sticky finger. So we're ready for weapons. You kind of need that in this meta, otherwise rogue can just sometimes insta-kill you. Bing. The only thing we have to really worry about is like OTK sort of stuff. Nice, nice. Shred the anchor. Armor Vendor's kind of spooky, because he could be a deck that uses armor to OTK me. But maybe he doesn't. I mean, the choices are right. I either play it now or I never play it the whole game. So, might as well play it now, because it's great in great tempo at the moment. And it's not really like we got a lot going on in our hand for the early game removal portion. With a 10 drop, a 9 drop, a 6 drop, and a 5 drop. So being ahead on board is a good way to make your minions act as removal, which is kind of something we need in this situation. Very unlikely he's OTK. I'm pretty sure he's OTK, judging by what he's done. All he's played is Anchor, he's kind of waiting. He's some sort of control OTK variant. I'd say I would put it 60-40 he's OTK, judging by what's happened so far. I'm leaning towards OTK, but it's not definitely OTK of some variety. There's two forms of warrior OTK, so there's just a higher odds that he's that than in rage. Just more decks. But I don't know. Usually if you're in rage warrior, you've played more things by now. Especially when you've kept a card. Which begs you to wonder, what's the card he's kept? And why didn't he play it? We have Reno to recover tempo, so we don't actually need to commit more resources onto this if we don't want to. We could hold back the Jandis so that we're not playing into a brawl. We activated Battle Rage, but I think that's kind of fine because he's at 10 cards. I'm more concerned about just making sure that I can keep his armor total in check easily.
I'll show you who's boss. Armor made to fit.
Drink your blood. Eat your blood.
John Curve, it's pretty good. Gives him a lot of armor. What are you gonna do? We know that he's most likely not to be Silas OTK Warrior. We know this because he's playing Blood Boil Brute, which is not in Silas OTK Warrior, but he could still be OTK Rush Warrior. So there's still one form of OTK he could be, or he could be in Rage Warrior at this point. What am I listening to? Spotify. I am listening to Alt Nations Alt 18 2021 playlist on Spotify. I don't know. It's a radio station. Plays alternative music. Usually pretty chill. Nice. I like something that's kind of like calming when I play Hearthstone, so it's easier not to tilt. My stick now. Magic. I don't believe that he's the armor-based OTK, so I'm going to use the weapon to trade with minions. So I'll be patient with it. And I feel a little okay extending a bit more. Without him having a weapon, it could be harder for him to proc my Rig Fair game. Tau 731, thanks for 38 months at the tier 2. Welcome back. I appreciate the continued support. Glad to have you back, man. Glad you're able to tune in. Tau 731 is Wild's greatest Healadin player. 2 turns away from this. I don't get the full healing right now. I think I just want to delay with secrets if I can. Leaving injured minions is always spooky. Hopefully I can get a flame ward or something.
What to do? What to do?
I love Ice Barrier in this matchup. Spellbender can help stop like buffs.
Time runs out on me.
So it makes buff duplicate a lot less scary of a proposition. I don't think we're gonna get much more value than devolving missiles here. Okay. Get rid of all the injured minions so that it makes it even harder for him to do duplicate shenanigans and battle rages. We're just kind of trying starving his cards out of actionable resources while we stall. The less he can do, the better. And then we remove everything with Reno eventually.
I can wait no longer.
Oddly enough, we can't kill that. God, that Spellbender helps save so much life. No, he's got another one? Unlucky.
Someone's gotta lead the charge.
Yes, swing the weapon. Give life to our taunt. Alright. We need to isolate the big minion. Try and survive with Cartoon. And then Poof next turn. And the Yawgmox for the future. Because we're gamers. Hey, clones this and then we Poof. Clone it, I dare you. Don't clone it twice though. It might be too much.
Your flaws are your strength.
Okay, we're alive. We're doing it. He's out of card draw too because we're poofing away that card draw. And then we have Alex to heal back up after the fact. We're making it.
Watch closely, as I make everyone disappear.
He probably should have held that to play around the Poof. He's playing right into my trap card.
Do try to keep yourselves alive. I challenge you to Makara!
Makara. They bring Makara, but I bring life and death. Good, good, good. Didn't pyroblast myself. We stabilized. The matchup's pretty good for this kind of deck. A little biased towards my favoritism with classic mode, alright? I like classic. It was a good time for me. But in classic, the biggest appeal for classic for me is that every deck has kind of a base set of restrictions in it. When you're versing a druid, you know they have the 14 damage burst combo.